And joining us right now is RNC Chairman Reince Priebus. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning.
They don't mention in that, Reince, that even though they're talking, you got some prominent Republicans talking about cut, that never went into effect. And actually, the budgets for the CDC and the NIH went up that year.
Well, that's exactly right. It would never happen. In fact, it was the president that actually has been telling the CDC, get this, to work on bike paths and get some of the walkways under control. I don't know how that all relates to the CDC, but this is what the president's directive was to the CDC, was to work on bike paths while their budget was going up. So obviously this is just desperation on the part of this idiotic group that also, as you note, did the ad of Paul Ryan throwing Granny off the cliff. I mean, it is an earned media type hit, and obviously they're walking this dangerous path of trying to point out blame on Ebola, when in fact, if you look at the president's record on anything, as you know, from ISIS to the Secret Service to the CDC to Syria to the border, I mean, you name it, for whatever reason, every single thing the administration, as well as these Democrats running for office, touches, you know, it's not turning to gold, I can tell you that. It's turning to something else.
Well, for people who see that commercial, just remember that money to those agencies actually went up rather than got cut. Also, you wrote an op-ed where you talk about that billionaire environmentalist by the name of Tom Steyer. He's got a plan to change the midterms, and that is they're trying to suppress the Republican. I'll give you 30 seconds. Explain what he's trying to do.
Well, it's this next-gen climate. This is this billionaire Tom Steyer. You can read about it at foxnews.com. Basically, what they've determined is that Republican enthusiasm is very high in the midterm, and their enthusiasm is very low. So they did a study, full-blown data study, and they actually spelled out in the memo that you can read that their strategy is to go after Republicans and degrade and depress the Republican turnout by spreading false messages about Republicans. And this is their strategy moving forward, identifying Republicans, going after Republicans in a strategic way to depress and degrade Republican turnout. It is amazing. These people are hypocrites from the beginning to the end, and this is what they're up to, and we want to warn all Republicans out there to look out for it.
All right. Thanks for the update. Reince Priebus, the chair of the RNC. Reince, thanks for joining us from D.C. today.
Thank you, Steve.
You bet. All right. Now you know.